What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tully Television, the most underrated, unknown to this point YouTube channel going today. But with your help, hopefully we can soar to limits we have yet to see before. Uh, but in order to do that, I'm going to need you guys to like, subscribe, hit all on that bell notification, comment, share, all that beautiful YouTube stuff down below. I'm hoping I find you in wonderful spirits today. And today we're going to be getting into Book of Boba Fett episode 4. This episode was called The Gathering Storm and is directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, daughter of famed actor and director himself, Ron Howard. If you're unfamiliar with him, go check out Happy Days. Classic show there. This episode was written by Jon Favreau, and Noah Cloric got a writing credit for this too. But I believe it's mainly Jon Favreau writing this episode. Um, the stars of the show, uh, Maru Morrison is Boba Fett, Ming Na Wen is Fence Shand, Matt Berry is the voice of 8D8. Carrie Jones as Black Chrysanthemum. Jennifer Beals as Garza Whip, and she's definitely dancing like she's never danced before. I know I already did that the one before. Uh, Robin Rodriguez as Dopa Strassi, Phil Lamar as the Clatoonie boss, Barry Lowen as Garflago Garflago Box. Frank Trigg is one of the Amarian guards. Colin Himes is the other one. The two guards that they saved from episode 1. I figure I add them because they have been involved in the series. And a quick appearance by Matthew Wood as Bib Fortuna. Now, this episode um, basically concentrate on how Bobo and Shand first met. Um, when Shand was shot by bounty hunter by the name of Toro Calican, Toro Calican, um, she was basically left out in the desert to die, and she was found by Bobo. Now, Boba Fett took her to a modding station. It's where the gang that he hired last episode, the Power Rangers, the ones with nice vehicles that they live on a desert planet and shiny as hell vehicles. Not once look like they caught in a sandstorm or anything. Um, I heard someone reference the girl as Joan Jett, Joan Jett, Star Wars Joan Jett. Star Wars Power Rangers. um, uh, they're modded, and this is where they go, and they kind of had a quick appearance there of um, this guy being able to add modifications to your body, and Boba Fett hired him to do that to Shand. Um, her stomach was basically injured beyond just repairing your own body. So this guy modified basically her intestines in order for her to continue being alive. And basically, Bobo admits to her that he's Bobo Fett because not many people have seen his face. When she comes to, he explains to her what it is that he'd like to do. And he explains that his time with the Tuscan tribe that was slaughtered by the Nitku crew, because she called him weak. She said that you've grown weak then, if you are Boba Fett, that you've grown weak. And he says that living with the Tuscan tribe has made him not weak, but understand that you have to work together as a tribe, and that his training of thinking has changed from what it once was, just following orders, to realizing that that's not what power is about, that's not what taking care of your people is about. And he's telling her how he wants to take over Jabba's legacy on Tatooine and become uh, of his own. And she's very skeptical at first, but he pledges his loyalty to her and says he would treat her as an equal, and pledges his life to protect her life. And she seems to just be like, well, let's see how this goes. And she asks kind of what the plan is initially, and the first plan is for him and her to go to Jabba's palace and take back his spaceship that he had there, by the name of uh, the Slave One. Um, but it's been too many. As he was scouting it even before of rescuing her from the desert, he would go and try to scout this area out and see if he could get in there. But even with Shan's little drone to show where exactly the ship is at, it becomes obvious that this is going to be quite a trip. Now, as they uh, lay their plan down, um, it- again, this is going to be a mission of stealth because you're having about 20 or 30 guards there against two people. He has yet to get his armor back at this point in the flashback. So they go. Um, they do unfortunately run into some trouble near the end of like near the. They got close to the ship and wound up getting discovered. But they did wind up being able to rescue the ship out of Jabba's palace. That's when we see them going after the Nitko tribe, the Nitko crew that wiped out the Tuscan tribe in the last episode. You see Boba Fett coming in with the Slave One, and he just blasts all of them like no mercy. And it's one of the few times so far that Boba Fett has shown no mercy in this series. Uh, One of the few times where he shows a remnant of who he was before this change of personality that he's been on for the last few episodes. He then also decides to take revenge on the Scarlet Pit. I guess according to the story, he was in there for a couple of years, and I don't know how he was exactly surviving in there without eating or drinking. Uh, but the Veskar armor was definitely helping him not melt away, so to speak, through the stomach acid. But they go back to the Scarlet Pit to destroy it in order to look for the armor, unbeknownst to him that he's been rolled for it by the Jawas when he first had climbed out. Um, So he goes in as he's climbing out. He's full of stomach acid that's burning his skin. Shand is trying to like water him down, and she says, "Well, it's obviously not in there," and decide on the next juncture. We wind up finding out how he got the armor back, and then the next one of the next scenes is them uh, going up to Jabba's palace and taking out Bib Fortuna, who had taken control over Jabba's empire after Jabba had died, but he's doing such a horrible job with it that's when Boba essentially attempted to take over this empire. Um, we then um, go to current times where the people that were initially paying him tribute in the beginning of the season are now at the palace for a shared business dinner. And once he gets out of the Banta tank, we understand that he's fully healed now. Um, but after seeing him covered in stomach acid and getting this done to him, that done to him, it's no wonder it took so long for him to become fully healed. We've been using the Banta bath scenes as flashbacks to uh, what happened from when he got initially put into the Scarlet Pit to this point. Um, so, being that he's fully healed and not needing the Banta tank anymore, the possibility of the flashback scenes are being done are pretty high up there. I'm assuming that we've seen just about the last bit of the flashback scenes. We can concentrate on the last three episodes because this is a 7 episode series. So we're up at four now. We got 3 more weeks before um, the season ends. I'm not sure if this is going to be a one-off season or not. With how this series is going, I'm thinking that's probably going to be one season for right now. But the episode basically ends with them at this business dinner, basically, for lack of a better term, at Jabba's palace, and no one's really realizing until later on during this dinner, Boba Fett is trying to explain to them that the Pyke Syndicate is trying to take control of Tatooine. He's trying to send them off on their way. The other crime bosses there are saying, well, we make money off of their spice trade and this and that. So we're really not interested in helping you out to that degree. Bobo then asks one favor for them, and that's to remain neutral. If he's to if he's to fight the Pike Syndicate on his own, he then, like I said, requests that the rest of the crime bosses be neutral in the battle. One of them asks, "Well, why should we be neutral? Why don't we all just kill you now?" And without really missing a beat or missing a step, the Rancor that Boba Fett recently got put his hand through his fingers through the grate that's the trap door there, and they're realizing, oh, he has a Rancor, and we've been sitting on top of the trap door the whole time, and we could have all went in there and been eaten by this Rancor without even missing a beat, blinking an eye. So they all sit there based off of this information and agree to remain neutral during this battle that's coming up between Boba Fett and the Pyke Syndicate. As uh, the guests, so to speak, leave, we see Boba Fett and Shand standing on a balcony, and they're talking about can we trust these people? And Boba was like, I have to trust that they have their own self interest at hand, realizing that if they let the Pyke Syndicate too much control, that they're going to wind up losing everything themselves. So they have a good reason to remain neutral, at least neutral in this particular instance, and see how things play out. And um, Shand also references needing money, and Bobo was like, I have enough credits. I can buy what we need to buy. What we need really is an army to back us up. And that's what he was in the process of these last couple weeks. There's also a scene in which he went to Mos Espa again, where he came across Black Skirtanton, and we learn a little bit about this Wookiee. Um, as you're sitting there in the bar, so to speak, um, he is watching a bunch of Trandoshians. They're like lizard people, gambling and drinking and stuff, and Transdoshians and Wookiees don't get along because Transdoshians had hunted Wookiees down, probably for money, and we learned that Chrysanthemum was like a Coliseum fighter in Star Wars. He was like a top champion, top fighter, and when he got up to attack these Transdoshians, what's her name here? Garza Flip came out to try to talk him out of it by you know, lathering him with compliments and stuff, and she even offered to wipe his bar tab out for the night if he would just put the Transdoshian down. And he takes um, his purse of coins and he just throws it to her and rips the Transdoshian's arm off. Like he'd rather pay for the bar bill than uh, be nice. Like he rather just rip the arm off. And it goes back to A New Hope where Han mentions about Wookiees whooping, uh, tearing off arms and limbs out of sockets. So we finally got to see that happen in um, live action, so to speak. Boba Fett decides to follow him out of the bar because Boba had went there to uh, just to check things out, and then seen this incident that I was talking about, and he asked Chrysanthemum if he'd be interested in joining his crew, which he does because we see him at this dinner party. So we do see Boba Fett building up a little army. I'm kind of disappointed that part of him is the Power Rangers. you know, when I think grizzled fighters, I don't think like young people. Um, I don't know. It has been a lot of talking this season, and I I still like the show. I just was expecting something different from it, and I was expecting more Boba Fett being classic Boba Fett, and I'm not saying that this is not an interesting story that they're putting out, but it's just not something I had anticipated this story to be. I still equate it to Scarface in space. You know what I mean? Uh, Space Scarface is what this is. Um, and that's okay. I guess I was expecting something else. Uh, I'm hearing rumors about possible cameos near the end of the season, like Pedro Pascal's Mandalorian character. I was hearing rumors about a possible Han Solo appearance, but I don't know. I don't know if that will help. Um, I'm going to give this particular episode an 8 out of 10 because I liked the revenge on the Nitco crew, the people that destroyed the Tusken tribe. Um, the way they killed the Scarlac was that they released a seismic bomb into the Scarlac, basically sending out a wave, killing him. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Um, I don't know. I'm still I'm still hoping that this picks up a little bit near the end of this season, but this has definitely been more talking than I had anticipated for this series, and we can only see where the next 3 episodes go. I can still say that this has been like an 8 out of 10 overall on the series, but depending on how the next 3 episodes go, I might uh, just drop that down a little bit to a 7 or 7.5. I was pretty close to rating this a 7, but the highlight was definitely the Chrysanthemum scene. Learning more about him, I think he's a cool character. Uh, I'd like to learn more about him. But yeah, that's why I kind of put it up there as an 8 because of the viciousness they allowed this character to have. That's my thoughts on Book of Boba Fett episode 4. Let me know what you think down below about the series so far. What has been your favorite part about this episode or series so far? And let me know. Just don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and share. Come on, guys. It's through you guys working together to put us up there in the YouTube algorithm, and we can't do it without you guys. So let's help each other out. I'll keep trying to give you guys great content, and you guys help us get up in the YouTube algorithm. But until next time, peace, Snippums.